Hi, today I want to talk to you about something. The U.S. is really good about claiming that they're worried about humanitarian stuff, right? Now, we all know the United States is lying, NATO lies, the UK, you're lying too. Now, there's a reason I'm saying this. The Ukraine war is a proxy war between NATO and Russia. And everyone out there is going to go, how can you say that? How can you say it's not about humanitarian? Very simple. Once in a very distant past, CNN, you could actually trust them, not so much now, but once in a very long time ago, you could trust CNN. So before you liberals and Democrats start screaming about me, oh, you're watching Fox News. No, this was a CNN reporter like 10 years ago. And I completely forgot about this video, about the report. So I have to thank the people, Natalie and Clayton Morris from Redacted. They did remind me about this. And you can actually go, well, I don't know about now, once this video gets out and their video starts spreading, CNN will probably remove it out of their archives, but you could find it at CNN's archives. So I have to thank the Redacted team for reminding me about this, because I forgot all about it. About 10 years ago, Russia, of course, went to NATO and came to the U.S. and said Ukraine is bombing and shelling and starving its own people. Well, if it was about humanitarian, we would have been there in a heartbeat. We weren't. The United States turned its back, the UK turned its back, and all of NATO turned their backs on the people of Ukraine. Now think about that. CNN sent a reporter to Ukraine and talked to a couple people, and this is just a short clip of that whole interview that I will post in this video. Like I said, let's say this is for review purposes, okay? The whole copyright thing is review. We're reviewing the video. Let's say that. So, CNN sent a reporter to Ukraine, and the people in Ukraine are, why is our own government basically bombing us? Why are they shelling us? I mean, you can literally see a hole in one of these places. They talk about a man who lost his wife because of this. Here's the thing. Ukraine got so bad against these people. There are a couple regions in Ukraine, and so much for democracy, right, Joe Biden, right, fucking Democrats, you're lying hypocrites. Because these people in Ukraine voted to get the fuck out of Ukraine and rejoin Russia. They voted on it. But no. The U.S. can't let Russia gain anything. The U.S. would rather these people, and the UK, don't forget you UK pricks, the UK Parliament, the people in charge, the US President, and the assholes in charge would rather these people suffer than tell Russia you were right. This whole Ukraine war is crap. It's a proxy war. The Ukraine people are the ones that are suffering, so are the Russian people. I am sick and tired of these warmongers in the fucking United States thinking we can go all over the goddamn planet to do what we want. Here's the thing. I don't get monetized, so I don't give a shit if somebody doesn't like my video or not. Makes no difference. Nobody sends me free crap. I don't get monetized. I don't get a dime. What I do is tell the truth. And people don't like that. When I made the video on Ukraine, not Ukraine, but the UK sending spent uranium shells to Ukraine to use against Russia and Russian soldiers, I call that a nuclear weapon. Many countries around the globe call it a nuclear weapon. And here's the thing about spent uranium. Spent uranium is uranium that is not strong enough to be used in things like a nuclear reactor. They've already used so much out of it that it cannot produce what it needs to produce, and it is still radioactive. Spent uranium has about 60% of the radiation removed. Only 60%. That is still 40% left. Russia literally asked NATO and the US 10 fucking years ago to help the people in Ukraine against their own government. CNN, a shit show CNN, the talking head for the Democrats, CNN, literally sent a reporter over there and covered the story about Ukraine killing its own people. That was like 10 years ago. Don't give me this lying crap that it's humanitarian stuff the U.S. is worried about. That's an excuse they use to keep the border wide open so they can try to get future voters. So they can try to turn this country how they want it. Has nothing to do with humanitarian. Because if it had to do with humanitarian stuff, we would be combating China. We would be over in the Congo, where they have basically child slave labor, digging in mines for the crap to make EV batteries. And we would have been in Ukraine 10 years ago. I'm so sick of the lies and hypocrisy coming out of this White House and out of the Biden administration. This war against Russia is exactly that. The United States and NATO against Russia. They are using the Ukraine people to act as shields and targets. The United States does not care. Zelensky, the fucking leader of Ukraine, does not give a crap about his people. That fucker, I guarantee, is getting rich off the money we're sending over there that's disappearing. And he wants more. And now the Biden administration is talking about sending like 300,000 troops to Ukraine. This broke like a week ago. Enough is enough. China needs to step up. I'm sick of the U.S. I'm sick of their lying bullshit. And I'm sick of the Biden administration and their warmongering. China, step your asses up. Broker a fucking peace deal and tell our administration and the U.S. to fuck off. I used to love this country. I used to love everything about this country. But the way this country's going, I'm starting to hate what I see. I'm starting to hate the politics. When the Justice Department and when the, I'm so upset it's hard for me to think. When the justice system breaks laws to go after somebody like they did under Trump, when the people on January 6th that were escorted around by the cops were put in prison without trial for 2.5 years. What the hell? I am so sick of what's going on in this country. Woke ideological bullshit, perverts, and twisted freaks going after children. We had a shooting. A transgender shot up a school. How is it? Here's my question. I don't care if you're transgender. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're straight. I don't care if you think you're a fucking cow or a cat. How is it? This person went to like 5 different gun shops. 5. To apply for guns and it wasn't tagged. How is it a person can literally go into 5 different gun stores and have background checks to get guns and it wasn't tagged? Now, I can see buying maybe 5 guns at one store, but, they're going to look down on that. That would tag that immediately. How is it? Once again, how the hell did this person go to 5 gun stores and buy 6 guns? And it wasn't tagged by the FBI, ATF, by somebody. Our country, right now, cares nothing about Ukraine. All they care about is letting illegals cross the border, and it's proven on a daily basis. Don't give me this humanitarian bullshit crap. No more. I'm sick of it. When children are raped coming across our border, and then Biden just goes, we're just going to ship you off to wherever in the country. Biden is acting like a human smuggler. He doesn't care about any of these kids. He doesn't care about any of these people. What do? The Biden administration is not going to do anything. Period. Then we have all this woke bullshit crap. Reparations for who? Oh, black people get reparations from white people. Let me ask you something. How do you prove your ancestor was a slave? How do you prove the white person you're taking money from was even in this country during slavery? Their family. You can't. You don't. And if you want reparations, take your fucking black ass to Africa and get it from them. That's where blacks were captured and not by whites. Blacks were captured by blacks, sold into slavery. Do some fucking history work, look it up, and you will see Africans controlled Africa. Africans controlled the slave trade by selling blacks into slavery. Wow, that doesn't take much to look that up. But it was white people, literally the Brits, and later on in slavery, the French in America, that went around the entire fucking globe to end slavery. All this started about Ukraine, and I'm going to get back to that. At the end of this video, you're going to see a video. A CNN reporter in Ukraine, like 10 years ago, talking about them being bombed by their own government in Ukraine. And since then, these people have lived under much, much worse. Russia asked for our help, asked for NATO's help to protect those people. We said no. So stop lying to me and telling me how humanitarian the United States and NATO is. NATO needs to be broke up. The United States needs to get its fucking ass out of all these damn countries and stop fighting these goddamn wars. I'm sick of it. And there's going to be people in my comments going after me for this one. You know what? Fuck you. I don't care. I really don't. Because we're not the fucking police of the universe or the planet. We can't even secure our own border. But yet we're supposed to secure a border of another country that is not an ally, that has mistreated its own people and killed its own people? What the hell are you people thinking? Once again, the video from CNN reporter, will be at the end of this video. So all you fucking liberals, y'all you hypocrite Democrats that trust CNN, watch the end of this video, where CNN is in Ukraine talking to some Ukraine people about being bombed and shelled by their own government. Ukraine is corrupt. They're cruel. And if we're talking about saving people under humanitarian aid, we need to remove Zelensky. The one before Zelensky got removed, and that's when this happened. But it's happened under Zelensky. The United States has no problem taking out political enemies that we don't like. Saddam Hussein, Iraq. Yeah. Weapons of mass destruction, my ass. How about we take George Bush Jr. to the World Court and have him tried for crimes against humanity? How about we have Obama tried for bombing a U.S. civilian in another country that we're not in war with? I'm not even getting into Joe Biden. But don't worry, that's coming. Like I said, watch the end of this video. And YouTube, this is for review purposes, or whatever the fuck do you want to call it. You know, kind of like people ripping off the music videos and music, and you don't go after them. So, and once again, I would like to thank Clayton and Natalie Morris from Redacted for reminding me about this. Now, I remember seeing this on the news, but it was so long ago, my life has moved on, and unfortunately, people didn't do anything about it then, and they won't do anything about it now. But if you trust CNN, one, you're a fucking idiot. Two, trust them what they said 10 years ago. That's it. Video's coming up. Bye.
Petro Poroshenko will have a hard time winning back hearts and minds in this city. As the people of Donetsk sweep up the debris of their homes and livelihoods, they are hardened against a president they say is killing his own people. We are Ukrainian, but they kill us, this man says. So we probably need our own country. The people in Kiev, they are not brothers for us. The shells hit these homes days ago, but the tears are still fresh.
27-го, 28-го, 29-го очень сильно. Фактически мы живем под подвалом.
We live on the ground. It was so hard for 2 weeks, especially for 27, 28, 29th. But only today it's quiet.
Извините, я пойду.
Sorry, I need to go.
2 people were killed outside this block of flats last Wednesday. One of them was a 50-year-old woman, the other a 34-year-old woman. Her husband, who won't talk to us, he says he's in shock, managed to make it down to the cellar with their little child, but she just didn't have the time. And this is a story that repeats itself over and over in dozens of apartment blocks, with civilians being killed by the constant shelling around